No, for real, y'all. Welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and all that other good stuff. But this is the part 2 for the video from the previous video of how to set up a bot account. So we're going to start off by opening up my HUD, and I'm going to log in my baby boy. That box that pop up, ignore it. I always do. I don't know what, just exit it out. And we're going to wait for him to get here while I explain to you all that this video is going to be about the tips and tricks that I use being a bot mom. Everybody does their own thing. This is what I do. So if you have, where is he at? I don't know why it's taking him so long, but this is why it's important to set the home. My son, we just moved here, so my son is not, his home is not set here. So he went to an old location. So I had to check the little location at the top and make sure I TP'd him here because he logged on somewhere else. But there he goes. Look at my handsome little man. Hey, Ezra. So jumping right in, this is my first gym. When it comes to having a bot baby, it is very hard to, well, they can sit on things, but you can't change the poses. I remember back when I first had my first son, you could change the poses. So I'm going to show y'all a little trick that I use. I don't know if this is illegal or stealing, but whatever. So whatever furniture they have, I'll copy it like I just did. I held down shift and just slid it up and made a copy of it. And then I went into edit mode, but I didn't mean to do that. I right click it and go to open. When I go to open, see everything that's inside of there, including those little poses right there, the 6 poses of sleep, I just copy it to my inventory. So I do this with all of their furniture, and I put it into a bracket especially for them. I have like EJ bracket, solar bracket. I have brackets, and they have like all different types of poses for them because when you sit them on things, you can't change the pose. So this is me in my inventory just dragging them one by one. Well, I was going to do it one by one, but you could just hold down the shift and just click the first and the last, and you can just drag them all in there. So this is important because I don't always use the one with the HUD, like especially now on Black Dragon, because he won't respond to it. I'm in do not disturb, so you can't see the message where he says he can't see it because he can't see the colorful beam that I pointed out in the video from yesterday. Okay, so right here I had told Ezra to sit on the bracket like I had said yesterday, but he was back here doing his little jig because his AO had basically took over. He just sat down where he was at, I think. I don't know how that happened, but that took me to the point of the AO. Having an AO on your bot can be tricky because they won't sit properly because of the AO. You will have to go around it. So I'm going to make him walk to me to show y'all how I don't use the HUD. I use the Starries HUD on his head. So I clicked his head, and then I'm going to press sit. This is the Starries HUD that I linked in the previous video. I press sit and I just find the name of the bracket. You can name the bracket anything. This one is called empty bracket, or whatever you want him to sit on that's near him now. But I want him to sit on the bracket. So I pressed empty bracket, and you see he sat on it. But once again, he's doing the little jig because of his AO, or he's just standing doing his AO thing. And that's not what I wanted him to do. So I'm going to show y'all how to go on the website. So I logged on, I put up my browser, and I went on to mysmartbots.com. I linked it in a previous video. And then on my bot dashboard, I went to manage bot under his name. And that's when you get this outline of this man. And it says view inventory right there. I clicked it. It's important to keep your bot's inventory super clean so you can find stuff, because using this, you can go on there and add and detach things. You can't alpha and stuff like that, but you can add and detach alphas if they have them. So this is a good way to get them dressed without actually having to log into their account. So I just went to his AO. I found his AO, And it's two of them in here. If I was to slide it over, I would see which it will say worn, but I didn't slide it over. So I just clicked the first one and press take off. Don't forget, just like how we do in World with the add and wear, always go to add, not wear. I see he's still doing his little dance. So I realized, see, he's still doing it. I didn't take it off. So I need to go back and click the other one. I don't know why I just didn't slide it over and see which one he was wearing, but I didn't. So click the other one and press take off. And I'm going to jump back to SL and boom, you see he doesn't have it on anymore. So now I'm going to go ahead and click his head again. This is his Starries HUD on his head. I'm going to click it and I'm going to press sit. I'm going to find the empty bracket again. Boom, he sits right on it, and because of the poses that's in it, he laid down. So now I'm just going to drag the bracket over the bed and show y'all. Like, I would just normally leave the bracket over the bed and push the little ball to make it invisible, just so I'm not always having to res it. But he always has a bracket over his bed to just jump him right in the bed. But dragged it over the bed to show y'all how I would do this with anything. Like, not so much his toys in his room, because that has their own poses. I don't need to rip those out because he could just sit on them and play with his toys. But when it comes to like couches and beds and other little things like coloring on the floor, stuff like that, I need the bracket. I use the bracket. So just flipping through the poses here, and then I find a good one, position him right, and I hide the bracket to show y'all how good he just looks in the bed. So then you see his eyes are open, right? I also use my Let Luca face axis HUD. It's by mom approved, because you can push the little buttons at the bottom, hold it down, and select your baby's name. He's already in there, so it just switched right to his name, and it just jumped right into the pose, because probably what I previously had his face under. But if you hold down the little circle at the bottom and click their name, they're going to automatically accept it because it's coming from you. And then you can control their face. So this is how I'll close their eyes, or like if their mouth is stuck open or something, like any little face deformity, I'll just use my face axis HUD to fix it. So this is how I'll close their eyes. And his head was moving, so I just tilted his head, and then boom, knocked out, sleep. Knocked out, sleep. It works so perfectly. So jumping back to this, the bot account dashboard, I'm going to go to manage bot again. And while he's taking a little nap, I'm just going to show y'all, you can see that your bot is online. You can also log in on your phone. So go to mysmartbots.com on your phone, and you can have easy access to this. So if you left your bot online, you can log them out from your phone. And then right there where it says bot SL account, if you ever change their password, you go there where it says edit login and change it. And then this right here where it says accept, you can change who they accept items from. My kids only accept things from me because I don't know what people are giving out, but it shows their location and all that other good stuff. So, but aside from the view inventory. But when I pull it up on my phone in the middle of role play, I'll just go straight to view inventory, because that's all I really need for real. But it's important to keep it organized, because if you want to give him their sippy cup, like I'll give him their sippy cup, or with my cherub HUD, which I'll explain later, I'll go on here and I'll give him his blanket so he can go to sleep. Little stuff. Take off his AO, put his AO back on, because he's a toddler. So when dealing with a toddler, he has to move a lot, whereas a baby would be still. But don't forget to press add instead of wear, because it'll probably do it like it'll do your account and glitch it. But see, I had tried to hand him something and it didn't. I don't know if it gave it to him and it was inside of his body. So I'm going to double back and give him something else to show y'all that you can just add. I'm going to give him a different sippy cup instead. And show y'all, I pressed add every time, not wear add. And see, boom, he has his sippy cup. And then this pacifier right here is gold. It's the Starries one. It's bot mom approved, because you don't have to get his permission to take it out of his mouth, basically. So I can click it and press take passy, boom. Passy is out his mouth, and he can enjoy his little sip cup in bed. And then, you know, he can get a few sips off of it, and then I can give him back his pacifier just to show y'all how good the pacifier is as far as role play. You can just take it from him and give it back to him whenever. But then I took off his sippy cup, and when I did this, his hands were still in a position. Sometimes this happens. You could try to switch the pose. I think when I switched his pose, that didn't work. His hands were still like that, but I think I made him stand up and they corrected. But if they're stuck in a pose like that, the button on the HUD doesn't work to stop the animation, so I would just relog them if it was real bad. This wasn't real bad, so I said forget it. But this was me trying to reset his face with the face axis HUD. So I stood him up and gave him back his cup. But this is the Shrub HUD. I really hope I'm not talking so fast, but this is the Shrub HUD. Now, when it comes to a bot baby, they're not needy because they're bots. So this is a way to make your baby need you and help with your role play. So I use the Shrub HUD, and as you can see, Ezra has wet his pull-up, so I raised out the pull-ups just to show y'all. Normally I'll have him on like a changing table or whatever, and I'll change his diaper, but this is just to show y'all how you change his diaper. And it'll be a emote in the chat, like it'll emote like the mermaid lays Ezra down, powders his butt, changes his diaper, stuff like that. So it has stuff like nourishment, restfulness, and I think contentment, stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go on here and show y'all his blanket that he needs for his rest, because I think his rest was really low. But I didn't have it in his Shrub file. It was actually inside of his accessories file where I got all his other stuff that I can quickly throw on him, like give him his toys and stuff like that. So there goes his blanket. The blanket is needed to make for him to take a nap. In order for me to go to sleep on his HUD, his Shrub HUD, I have to give him his blanket. So I gave him his blanket. So that's why it's just important that I was taking off his sippy cup that I gave him right here. But that's why it's always important to, especially by them being new, just it's easy to organize their account because they're a new little baby. So this way you're not, scrambling through looking for stuff. But that's his blanket right there. He's holding it funny because of how his hands are. But if I press rest, he'll go to sleep standing up. But I would put him back on a bracket and lay him down and close his eyes, of course. But that was just to show y'all, like, that's to make his restfulness go up. But then there's nourishment. So we're going to pack it up and go to the store so I can show y'all how to shop for Shrub. Okay, so I made it to the Shrub store. Again, I apologize if I'm talking so fast. I'm trying to keep up with the speed of the video. But I teleported Ezra here on the HUD, bot to me. For some reason, he didn't come right away, and I was a little confused by that. But when y'all make these baby accounts, make sure on settings that y'all check off that they can go. It's in settings. It's in the first one. I think it's in general, that they can go to adult, moderate, and general regions, because you'll be teleporting your baby and you'll be wondering why they not coming to the region. I don't know what exactly was going on with Ezra, but I knew he was safe at home, so I just went into the store. I could see what his location is. He's still at home, so I just went in the store. These are the food kiosks. I'm just showing y'all. This is the Shrub store, showing y'all some of the things that they got. So the first one had like baby food and stuff like that. This one has like formula. These are like a case of nursing bottles. It's like 12 bottles in there. 60 L's. You just add it to the cart, and then you can just right click and check out your whole cart whenever you shopping. But it has multiple pages of stuff. I would say, even if your baby, it says like newborn size, TD size, preemie size, I would say even if your baby is a newborn lullaby, still get the TD size, because TD size is a nice size. The newborn sizes are small, little bitty ass bottles. Like, they're little. So just make sure y'all get the right size. But on this one, it has like food. I didn't go through all of the pages, but just to show y'all. So it had like rice cakes, bacon. I know it's like pizza, noodles in there, plates of like sandwiches, lunch plates, cut up fruit, pizza rolls, all type of stuff. And the other ones, they do have like apple juice, Kool-Aid, pear juice, water, milk, go-go juices, which are important because if you don't feed your baby, if they get sick, all of their stats will go down. You can buy some go-go juice and it basically just replenishes all of their stats, but it's kind of on the expensive side. So just try to keep up with your baby stats. But there's a plate of lime chicken and toast jelly. They got all type of food in there. I had seen that Ezra came to the region, so I opened up the door and I made him walk to me. And this is to show y'all how I use that Starries hood. Aside from sitting, so I'm gonna click on his head. I accidentally clicked his blanket, so I'm gonna click on his head again. Big old head. And I'm gonna press hold hand. And this is just gonna make it to where he holds my hand and follows me in the store, basically. So he won't get lost. But it's also an option, even when you're in public. You can't pick them up in public because he can't res. But it's a no cling, no res option where you can pick him up and not worry about him resing. So he'll be picked up and cuddled in your arms. You don't have to worry about the resing part. So that's why I love Starries. But these are the hoods. These are different hoods. There's a newborn one. This is the 6 to 12 one. It's a grown-up one. It's a teen one. This is the one for newborn. So my youngest baby, Yuri, has that one. This is the one that Ezra has. It's for toddlers. Honestly, Yuri could eat a piece of bacon, like if I gave it to her. So it's really not particular, but this was the maternity care one. That was $300, but the other ones are like $100. Super cheap. So this is $100. And it also comes with 2 of the parent hoods. So you can pass it to... They have to buy it on their account. And they can pass you the parenthood, but if not, you can buy one. I think it's also 100 L's, but they come free in the hoods that the babies get anyway. And that's what I have on my screen right there. And I also seen that he wet his pull-up again. Oh my God. So in the spirit of him wetting his pull-up, let me show y'all the pull-up section. So all these type of diapers. All of these diapers, even if you buy them, you can make them invisible, so you don't have to worry about it. But they have pull-ups, diapers, cloth diapers, anything for your role play, really. The top button was cleanliness. The stat was cleanliness. So they have like soap and stuff. I'm in Do Not Disturb, so that's why they keep popping up. But just to show y'all that the diapers are cheap, $25. You can get more. You can get a case of them. And that one is $500. These are diaper bags. I don't get those. I prefer the other diaper bags that I'm finna show y'all. But here goes some wipes. And the other ones are like boogie wipes to wipe their face. But all in all, it's just going to help with the cleanliness. So even if it's just for your role play. So even if you mean to wipe their face, it's just going to go cleanliness. It's not particular. The soap is just going to help cleanliness. The same thing that a baby wipe would help. And see, this is diaper rash cream. All for your role play, really, because it's just going to bring up cleanliness. It's not going to help anything else. So all of this is just to bring up the cleanliness for your baby, basically. But this is what I wanted to show y'all. So all of their stuff is transferable. So even if I bought diapers, I can give the diapers to my husband or my mom or anybody. But you can also put the stuff in these diaper bags or that lunchbox. So you could pack them a little to-go bag, a little spending a night bag. I love that because I put baby foods. They have jar foods. They have box oatmeal, the box cereal, all of that for the babies. Get you a diaper bag. And it's transferable. Everything is transferable. But make sure you read it though. But those were the potty chairs, and these are because I told y'all they get sick. These are the medicines and stuff. That's the blanket that he has. They need the blanket to go to sleep. So that's one of the necessities when buying a hood. Make sure you get that baby a blanket because they won't go to sleep without a blanket. And these are toys and stuff. They help with contentment. But I really don't got my babies no toys. The contentment don't go down. I don't know why. But this is also a caregiver book bag. Kind of the same as the diaper bag. You can put stuff in there. So I love that. And this is the other stuff that they have. I don't know, but I want to point out this is what I have for Yuri. It's a breastfeeding attachment. So when I just put her on the chair or the boppy seat, I can just breastfeed her with the push of a button. And I'll show y'all how to do that when I feed them. Okay, all this talking. Okay, so this is one of the lunch plates from Cherub. So I got Ezra sitting at his little table in his room, and I just raised the lunch tray in front of him. So I'm going to show y'all how I feed him. So I'm going to first take his bobo out, his pacifier out of his mouth. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to open up the hood. And then with his mouth was agape, and I don't like that. I just like, so using the face axis hood, like I was telling y'all earlier, when they face get deformed a little bit, it's easy to just fix it. So I had closed his mouth a little bit, and now we're moving forward. But food in front of him, I'm going to press feed. Y'all can't see it because I was in do not disturb, but the chat off to the side is like, he takes a bite, it's so yummy, he's loving it. Ezra loves eating. It's just little emotes in the chat while he's eating. That little one bite had filled him all the way up, but I was just like, I'm gonna clear it. I think it's like 5 bites, and it would basically fill a whole thing. So I could have just stopped and saved it for later, but I just didn't. I just fed it all to him. And then you can see his cleanliness is a little down. I should have wiped his face or something just to bring it up, but I didn't think about it. But this is to show y'all the apple juices, or I think these are the pear juices. But he wasn't even really hungry anymore, but I'm just overdoing it just to show y'all how this would go. But I was in do not disturb, so I was trying to get one of the bottles, but it wasn't showing up. And I was confused as to why, but it was because I was in do not disturb. But normally when you click it, which it'll do it in a second, because I'm still like, where is this bottle? And I'm like, oh yeah, girl, you in do not disturb. So you just have to click it, press any one of them, and then it was going to give it to you in your inventory. I'm going to pass it to Ezra, because like I said, these things are transferable. So even if you out with your girl, I'm sure like, you got a juice box for my baby, you got a juice cup, you can give your friend a juice pouch or a pouchy with oatmeal in it. But I jumped right to the web page, and I'll go to objects. It's because it's going to be in his objects. It's the first thing there. I'm going to press add, remember that. And then boom. It's kind of off. It's kind of off, but it's still getting the job done. He's drinking his little juice or whatever, but you have to press feed in order for him to actually consume it. So I'm going to open up the hood over here, and I'm going to press feed, and it'll be in the chat like, Ezra drinks his juice. Ezra takes a sip of juice. I didn't give the whole thing to him. We're going to save that for later, because I really don't need him wetting that diaper up right now. That pull up up. And he's on the toddler one, so I'm going to actually work on potty training with him too. So that's kind of fun. But I took went back to the webpage and just took the juice off and gave him his pacifier back. And now he's full and content. Comes to my little baby Yuri, I could give her a bottle of formula, a bottle of breast milk, but the breast milk bottles on Sharub are really, really small. So I'll sit on the couch, and then I'll make her sit on the couch with me, and I'll do the breastfeeding animation with her, and then I just press feed, and by her having the attachment in her mouth, she'll start feeding off of my breast milk. So So that concludes this video. I hope I helped you all out. I will drop in with other tips and tricks if I can think of some. Don't forget to ask me questions if you need to. And I'm gonna link everything below. Hopefully, I'm gonna link everything below. I just hope that I remember everything. But if I don't forget to ask questions, and I'll see y'all later.